The Florida Department of Transportation, or FDOT, welcomes you to the Alternatives Public Workshop for the State Road 789 Longboat Key Project Development and Environment, or PD&E study. We appreciate your attendance and participation. The purpose of this PD&E study is to evaluate engineering and environmental data and document information that will aid FDOT District 1 and the FDOT Office of Environmental Management in determining the type, preliminary design, and location of the proposed improvements. In this presentation, we will introduce the project, discuss purpose and need, identify the study alternatives, and explain the PD&E study process. The purpose of this Alternatives Public Workshop is to provide you the opportunity to ask questions and express your views concerning the location, conceptual design, and social, economic, and environmental effects of the proposed alternatives under consideration. FDOT is also asking local governments and regulatory agencies to provide comments about the project. The study begins at North Shore Road and extends approximately 0.75 miles to Coquina Park Entrance. State Road 789, Longboat Key, serves as the only connection from Longboat Key to Bradenton Beach and Anna Maria Island. The bridge crosses Longboat Pass, a navigable waterway. The bridge was originally built in 1957 and was repaired in 2005. Additionally, serving as part of the emergency evacuation route network designated by the Florida Division of Emergency Management, State Road 789, Longboat Key, plays a critical role in facilitating movements during emergency evacuation periods. The need for the proposed improvements for State Road 789, Longboat Key, is indicated by the age of the bridge, safety, and lack of bicycle facilities. The study evaluates alternatives for the replacement of the bridge with consideration of bicycle and pedestrian facilities that provide a connection between nearby neighborhoods and recreational facilities, Longboat Key to Bradenton Beach. At this time, this project is not listed in the Sarasota-Manatee Metropolitan Planning Organization, or MPO 2045-2045 Long-Range Transportation Plan. However, the project is listed in the FDOT State Transportation Improvement Program as funded and the Sarasota-Manatee MPO Transportation Improvement Program as funded and as a bridge priority. Additionally, the project is also identified in the Town of Longboat Key Comprehensive Plan. Planning consistency will be required as part of the PD&E study. At this time, the FDOT's adopted 5-year work program includes funding for the PD&E and design phase. Right-of-way and construction phases are not currently funded. Within the project limits, State Road 789, Longboat Key, is classified as an urban major collector and consists of a 2-lane undivided typical section. The existing bridge has a 12-foot travel lane and a 5-foot sidewalk in each direction. Bicycle lanes exist along the road approaching the bridge structure, but there are no dedicated bicycle lanes on the bridge. The posted speed limit is 35 miles per hour. The existing State Road 789, Longboat Key, bridge is a bascule bridge with a minimum vertical clearance of 17 feet and a minimum horizontal clearance of approximately 50 feet. The proposed improvements, the replacement of Longboat Key Bridge over Longboat Pass, includes 3 bridge replacement alternatives, all with 90 feet horizontal clearance underneath the bridge. The horizontal alignment for all 3 alternatives is located slightly west of the existing bridge. All 3 alternatives are higher than the existing Longboat Key Bridge. Alternative 1 is a low-level bascule bridge with 23 feet minimum vertical clearance and reduces the number of bridge openings by 4% when compared to the existing bridge. Traffic will be maintained during construction for all 3 bridge replacement alternatives. Alternative 2 is a mid-level bascule bridge with 36 feet minimum vertical clearance. With the increase in vertical clearance, Alternative 2 is expected to allow 35% more marine traffic to pass under the bridge without the need for a bridge opening. Finally, Alternative 3 is a fixed high-level bridge with 78 feet minimum vertical clearance. This bridge height allows for boats that are taller to pass underneath the fixed bridge, thereby providing a bridge alternative that does not require bridge openings and closings. All three bridge alternatives have the same proposed typical section, consisting of one 12-foot lane in each direction, a 12-foot shoulder adjacent to the travel lane, and a 12-foot shared use path adjacent to the concrete barrier. All three bridge alternatives will maintain a bridge width of approximately 77 feet. The proposed bridge will be located west of the existing bridge in order to avoid impacts to utilities and residences. The proposed bridge will connect to the existing roadway typical section on both the Coquina side, or north side of the bridge, and Longboat Key side, or the south side of the bridge, and will maintain the existing posted speed of 35 miles per hour. Throughout this study, a no-build alternative is also considered. The no-build alternative assumes that no improvements are made to State Road 789, Longboat Key, through the year 2051, except routine maintenance. This PD&E study is ongoing. Project team members will continue to develop, refine, and evaluate alignment alternatives for State Road 789, Longboat Key, throughout the remainder of the study. Potential environmental effects associated with the proposed build alternatives are under careful evaluation and include detailed studies of protected species and habitat, wetlands and floodplains, water quality, stormwater management and permitting, air quality, right-of-way requirements and relocations, contamination, archaeological and historical resources, recreational sites, noise, land use, construction effects, and aesthetics. Based on the analysis conducted to date, no substantial effects are anticipated to be associated with these proposed build alternatives. The evaluation matrix included in your handout shows a summary of results of preliminary analysis for the build and no-build alternatives. This matrix is on display this evening. Your comments will help the department to make its selection of the preferred alternative. We encourage you to submit your comments at the in-person workshop, through the project webpage, or by email or mail to the project team. Though comments are accepted at any time, they must be received or postmarked by March 25, 2024, to be included in the formal workshop record. The project team will consider all comments and, where feasible, will incorporate them into the development of the preferred alternative. FDOT will present the preferred alternative in an upcoming formal public hearing for this project, tentatively planned for spring 2025. At the end of this study and after the formal public hearing, the study team will finalize the preferred alternative for State Road 789, Longboat Key. We will mail project newsletters to keep you informed about the study's progress. If you would like to receive future newsletters and you are not on our mailing list, please fill out the workshop comment form or request to be added on the project webpage. The department anticipates completion of this PD&E study by early 2026, when location and design concept of the preferred alternative will be submitted to the FDOT Office of Environmental Management for approval. The State Road 789 Longboat Key study team is here tonight to answer your questions and discuss the project. We invite you to ask them your questions and to review all the aerial maps, plans, and illustrations. This PD&E study is being conducted and completed according to the requirements of the National Environmental Policy Act and other related federal and state laws, rules, and regulations, which will qualify future phases of this project for federal funding. For additional information on all rules and regulations this meeting follows, please see the Federal and State Requirements Board. Before we conclude, we would like to provide an FDOT safety moment. If you are involved in a crash, stay at the scene and call for help. It is not just the law, but you could save a life. FDOT thanks you for making safety a continued priority. Thank you for your interest in the proposed State Road 789 Longboat Key improvements and for taking time to participate in this workshop. We look forward to your comments and your continued involvement in this important PD&E study.